What is going on, everyone? Anthony Drew Gary here, host of the How To Show, where we talk about optimizing life, money, and happiness one how-to at a time. Over the past several months, I've put together a handful of videos on how to do different DIY tasks. I talked about ripping out the carpet on my stairs, I've extended the island in my kitchen, and I've got other DIY tasks that I plan to do in the future. And I want to spend a little bit of time talking about how I managed to do some of those projects without owning a truck. And so the thought of going to Lowe's or Home Depot, Menards, whatever the big boxer, or maybe the small town hardware store of your choice, however you do your shopping for your building materials for some of these DIY projects, it can be problematic if you don't have a way to get these items home. And so I want to spend some time talking about how to do DIY projects if you don't own a truck, because I have found something that has worked really well for me and my family, and I want to share it with you guys. So this is going to be specifically for Lowe's. I know that Lowe's doesn't exist all across the country, but they've got a pretty good geographic reach, and so it's worth spending some time putting a video together that teaches how to get this done. It's not out of the question that some of the other big boxes do this type of thing too, but I know Lowe's does it for sure, so we're going to talk about it. So if you go to Lowe's, and let's use an example that's recent in my world. Let's say you want to build a picnic table. And so you've got to pick up, a handful of dimensional lumber boards, and you've got to get your hardware, and you've got to get everything that you need to put this table together. And you come to realize that this is going to weigh several hundred pounds, if not into the thousands of pounds, and you only drive a sedan or a small car like I do. It presents a problem in getting these items home. So what you can do, rather than going and buying all of these items one by one yourself and then trying to find a way to get them home, either by maybe renting a U-Haul or bugging a friend, or however you might have done it in the past, you can buy these items from the Pro Desk at any of the big boxes, but specifically at Lowe's, and then you ask them if you can get these items delivered. And so Lowe's will absolutely do it for you. You'll usually have to wait a couple of days to get the delivery done, but the base rate for delivery for Lowe's is, I think, $69.99 as of the time of this video. However, you can do some negotiating with this, and there's a couple of different ways you can do it. Number one is, if you have a Lowe's credit card, they will usually take that delivery charge and drop it down to either $19.99 or $20. I've seen it done both ways. The penny really doesn't matter for the purposes of it. But realistically, $20 to get your items delivered is probably worth the time and the effort, especially if it's a large bulk order. The delivery truck has a forklift on it. You can usually get the items dropped off exactly where you want it among your house or your parcel, and it'll really save you some time. And so without question, if you have a Lowe's credit card, this is one of the benefits to it. I think you usually get 5% off your purchases at Lowe's too if you have a consumer card from Lowe's. But that's not the only way to skin the cat here. I have learned that if you have a business credit card, meaning you've opened up either an LLC or a DBA or just something that is not a personal credit card, Lowe's will typically, if you ask, match the delivery fee of $20 or $19.99, whichever one it is. I think it's actually happened both ways for me. Again, the penny's not terribly important. But realistically, getting these items delivered directly to your house without having to do any of the legwork for $20, in most cases, if we're talking big enough tickets or big enough material orders, is a no-brainer. I know personally, the picnic table comes to mind. I ordered materials to have a picnic table, and it just so happened that Lowe's actually, on accident, delivered a fully assembled picnic table to me. So instead of paying $20 to just get the materials delivered to me, I ended up, in this case, paying $20 to get the materials delivered to me and to get the table assembled, which is an added benefit. I don't think the results are typical for that. But again, spending $20 to get that material delivered to me instead of either renting a truck or bothering a friend or really having to have any inconvenience in my part, it was worth the $20. And so while this may not look like a video on how to save money, I guess you can frame it from the point of view of you're not spending $69 on a delivery, you're only spending $20. This goes back to life optimization and in the fact that that $20 is not as important as the amount of time, effort, and hassle that I saved by getting those materials delivered to me. And this isn't specific to small projects. You can do it on big projects too. I talked a while back about how to get a fence built, and when I had fence materials delivered to my house, same sort of things happened there. I got a handful of the materials from Lowe's and got those delivered for 20 bucks. So hopefully this is a video that can bring some value to you, and you can use this in your day-to-day life if you happen to be a weekend warrior or you do DIY projects yourself. That is going to bring this episode of the show to a close. As always, I hope you got some value from it, and if you did, leave me a comment and let me know what you thought, and if you didn't get any value from it, leave me a comment telling me that as well. I read and I respond to all my comments, and it's a good way to get feedback on the videos that I'm producing. If you did like this video, though, go ahead and hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm to let other people know that this is a video worth watching and that they should check it out. And if you haven't already, it's not too late to hit the subscribe button to make sure you're getting up-to-date latest and greatest videos for the channel. They're still coming out every Wednesday, and I don't see that happening or stopping anytime soon. So before I stumble on any more of my words, I'll go ahead and wrap this video up. This is Anthony Drew Gary, host of The How To Show, signing off.